Alright, we are back, and today we will be playing Mayano Topgun. But before we do that, I think it might be good to... I think this race is open now, the Champions meeting, Gemini Cup thing. So we might as well go ahead and see how we do. I'm not expecting a whole lot, so if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. I mean, it'd be nice to win. Everyone's mood is great. Well, that's good. At least it's an even playing field there. So, looking at our horses here, we got the Gold Chip, who is the #1 favorite actually. Sitting at 855 speed, 833 stamina. About 600 power, and then like 400 on other stuff. And I built this one basically specifically for this. She's got only one golden recovery skill though, so that's the equivalent of about 1,000 stamina then. So, you know, 1,200 would probably be ideal, but I don't think I got any other golden recovery skills on her. And then looking at some of the other ones, this one's a enemy gold chip, enemy tachyon, rice shower, Topgun. I guess I should look at their attributes actually. So we got some pretty strong horses in this race. This one is more, this is what I was talking about yesterday on stream, about how it's kind of like a 600 everything horse. And then these end up winning for whatever reason, and because they get a ton of skills. Look at this. She's got skills on skills, pretty much. She got 2 golden ones, and it's basically because her stats are so low, or not. They're not so low, but they're low enough where she's not gonna go over a B. So she's just kind of evenly trained. Like she's just a decent, you know, like a C-rated horse. But then what puts her over the edge are all her skills. Right, so this one might be one to look out for. Agnes Tachyon could be a surprise, even though, you know, statistically it's not that great, you know what I mean, compared to some of these other horses. I think this one is ours, I believe. This is my vodka, or maybe not. My vodka's a C rating. So looking at some of these other ones here, this is the Grass Wonder that I made. A little bit short on the wit, but you know, pretty decent, I would say. Also got the S and the long. I don't think I bought that many skills for this one though. Yeah, see, only 2 skills really. The green one may go off in this race, but yeah, this one's a #5 favorite, and that's probably because of the lack of skills there. But her stats were just way too high to give her any more skills than the ones I gave her. So alright, that's pretty much it. I think our vodka, I didn't see her in there. This is not vodka. I guess it must have been the vodka we were looking at, this one. I guess this one's mine. I thought her long was a C. I guess this is a D. So she's probably not going to win. Especially because she's got a decent amount of skills, but like nothing crazy. So, you know, I'm not expecting much out of her. She's pretty much last place, I think, #9. I don't know how many horses there are in this race, but well, enough jabbering about that. Let's go ahead and run it and see how they do. Is this just a single race? I don't know how, if there's a series of these, or maybe it's just one race. I think I'll watch it. Sure, why not? I'll watch the entire race. Mayano Topgun with the early lead. She's a front runner, so. I think our Grass Wonder is set as a pace setter. So she's right behind Rice Shower, who I also believe is a pace. We got Vodka in the middle, and then Gold Chip bringing up the rear. She's behind another Gold Chip. So that's not good. Kind of want to be at the head of the enclosure pack if you can be. Now Vodka is sort of lagging back now. She probably ran out of stamina. I guess you can tell when they run out of stamina, they go from like leaning forward to like standing up apparently. So I think our Vodka definitely looks like she's standing up. So she's probably out of stamina. Alright, so looks like our Grass Wonder is positioned pretty well, right in the middle. I wish she was a little bit closer to that front pack, but that's okay. It'll definitely change here towards the end. I think looks like our Gold Chip is pretty much making the move now. Looks like it's ahead of all the other Gold Chips. Vodka's last now. She's just out of stamina. It's not her race. It's not a long runner. Looks like Grass Wonder is starting to take off. She was built specifically for this cup, so even though the wit was a little bit lower than I wanted, I was like, yeah, it's good enough. I'm not gonna run her again. Looks like Grass Wonder's gonna win. So I think, does that mean we got first place? I'm not sure. We got first and second. So both of our horses, or no, what? Let me see here. Oh, the other horse got second, and then we got first and third. I mean, that's not bad, right? And then, oh, we weren't last, at least. Vodka wasn't last. So, pretty good, I would say. Does that mean we won the whole thing? We won everything? That can't be right. Is that right? There's no way. Oh, we got some free tickets here. Oh, that's nice. And 900 carats? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. I guess that's it, huh? Just that single race. It was all of that for this. You know, for that. That was it. Okay. So we won it. And we got the scouting ticket. That'll definitely help us a little bit. Since I'm a little short on other horses to race, so we just unlocked a bunch of new horses. I guess that's more content. I was actually thinking today about doing like a 3-2-1, like a guts wit build, because when you train guts, you get guts and power and speed, right? And then wit, you get wit and speed, right? So the only thing missing is really stamina. And so I was thinking, well, what if it was like a 3 guts deck? In the support deck, you ran 3 guts, you know, 2 wit, and then 1 stamina. Or maybe like 2 stamina and 1 wit. I don't know, something like that. Or maybe not 3 guts, maybe it's like 3 wit or something. I think I was thinking about the skill horse that I was talking about. Let's see where the Agnes Tachyon ended up placing. Is there can I look at the thingy? What the hell is this? Oh, that's my profile picture. I guess I have Haru Urara as my profile. Agnes Tachyon did not really place anywhere. Where is she? Is this her? That's not Agnes Tachyon, is it? Is it this one? I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, this one. So she came in. Oh, she didn't do well at all, huh? So the skills thing, maybe, yeah, I don't know how that exactly works. What the hell is this? Oh, it just keeps going? Oh, okay, so this is like everybody. So I got first out of everybody? I got first out of 3,000 other players. Right? Is that what you're telling me? No way. Off of one race? So they put me in the top group? Really? They matched me with the top ranked other horse teams? Wow. So I'm the best out of the entire Group A in Open League, huh? I'm the best trainer. Is that what that means? I think that's what that means. Is I'm the best trainer out of all the Open League participants. I'm first out of 3,000. Is that how that works? I'm not sure exactly. Not completely blah 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 blah. But we didn't get into Group A. We were in Group A for after in the second round, and then we got demoted to Group B, and then we won in Group B, and we moved back up to Group A for the final. So was it like a round robin or something? To the final round, adjusted. There's no change. Blah blah blah. Round 2, Group A. Achieve 3 wins or more for whatever. Achieve 3 wins or more, qualify Group B. So I guess we qualified for Group A. Round 2, Group A. Achieve 3 wins for Group A final round. Achieve 1 or 2 wins, qualify for Group B. Okay, so they changed it. So you I guess they changed it during the cup, huh? Where you just had to win three times to get into Group A. Because I was definitely demoted down to Group B. When the initial race to kind of the initial placement, I got Group A. And then I didn't win 3 races, so then I got downgraded to Group B. And then from there I won 3 races, so then I went back into Group A, and then we just ran the final in Group A. And I guess I won. That I don't know exactly how that works, but hey, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Got some free shit. All right. So yeah, I mean that's a good example then of how you can be free to play, right? And it's not like we have anything crazy. Like we don't even have all the horses really, right? We have like a very limited number of horses, and one of our horses wasn't even a long horse. We're gonna train the long horse today, Mayano Topgun, but we had 2 long specialty horses, right? And only one, and the third one was just whatever filler that we just threw in because Vodka's not a long range horse. And we still won just based off the 2 horses we had. I did use that tool I showed you yesterday to kind of make sure they didn't go into the B+, and then just got them like right before the B+ rating. So that tool definitely helped out. I wouldn't have been able to do that without that tool. But you know, then you can kind of play this and you can get the rewards there. What did they give me? They gave me, I guess we should probably pull these, huh? Right now? Why not? Sure. Wait, what's the difference here? You can pull from the spotlight, or you can pull from the regular. Oh, okay. That's all there is. Oh, I thought because before there used to be like 2, right? There was this one, and then there was like the other one. I don't know. They had 2 scout thingies for a while. I guess because of the. I don't know how you know. I don't care enough to understand all that. But yeah, so let's go ahead. This is for actually running horses. So let's go ahead and pull some of these. We get 3 of them because we got 3 tickets from that champions meeting, whatever thingy. Let's see who we get. It's not looking good here. It's probably just the regular R. Yeah, regular horse. Harurara. Oh, great. I already own her. Oh, I want a new one. Give me a new one. This one doesn't look great either. As long as it's new, it doesn't really matter, honestly. Winning ticket. Okay, that's new. That we don't have a winning ticket, so that's good. So that's a new horse to run. It seems like the game is providing every time I seem to run out of like stuff to do, it provides. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm kind of lucky in that sense. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, this is a 2-star, right? Gold means 2-star. Air Groove. Okay. I think we have some options here then to play. That's good. I don't know how, what all. We'll take a look at them after we. Let's pull our support cards now. I think we got 3 of these as well. Hopefully we get some decent ones. I'm kind of over the R. Okay, yeah. That's... Alright, 2 more. Okay, that's not what I wanted. At least give us an SR, maybe? Please? SR? Oh, no. Alright, well that was less than ideal, I guess. That wasn't good at all. That was trash. What is this? So if you get 200 exchange points, you can get a Say on Sky. Oh, interesting. Okay, I don't think that's worth it. Unless your support deck is like, really good. It's decked out, then maybe. But I don't know that pulling 200 points worth of this thing is worth it. Unless you just have it like that, maybe, Alright, maybe we can uncap some stuff. Let's go ahead and just uncap all this, even though those cards were kind of trash. I'm sure there's some sort of achievement unlock or something if you uncap all the cards or something, I don't know, and if you level them up all the way. There's usually some kind of crap like that in the game, in most games. And that'll just be extra carrots for us for free, because I'm not really spending anything doing this, because they're free. Even though I'll never use these. You know what I mean? Because they're not good. But maybe if they're maxed out, maybe I would. I did use Super Creek because I don't have the SSR version of that card. So I did use Super Creek's R what is it? R level. Oh, I think the Artuzina is maxed out. So that means we can do this thingy. We can convert the thing to whatever it converts to. 10 golden horseshoes. Okay. Cleats. That's what it is. So then, or I guess it's silver cleats, and then we can exchange it eventually. We have silver ones, right? Oh, interesting. I can get an SR guaranteed. Oh, this is for a 2-star horse. I don't want a horse. I can get a support card scout though for 50. I have 110, I believe. I mean, am I feeling lucky? It's like the lotto. What would I save these for? Would I save these for anything? The cleats? What the hell is all this stuff? There's these different kinds of sashes. Does it matter? Why are these here? Do you have to have certain sashes for something? You can. Why are they all different? I thought the red ones were just all red. I didn't know there were like specific sashes for each race or whatever. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know how that works, so I'm maybe just gonna save these and hold on to them for, I don't know, later, I guess, something. And then we can check out our new horses here. Where are they? Is it this one? This one's new, right? What is this? Air Groove? She is a medium runner. And pace and late. Huh? Interesting. Okay. She's a power and speed, huh? Interesting. Okay. Medium, late runner, pace. And then we got what's this one? This one's new. Winning Ticket. Isn't Winning Ticket pretty good? She's a medium and late. She's very specialized here. I mean, everyone's a front runner in my book, right? But okay, so that's interesting. So 2 medium runners. And then did we get another one? We didn't get another one. We only got those two, right? Because we got a Harurara duplicate here. I don't think I have enough star pieces here for Haru. Yeah, I only have 7. So you get 5 if you get a duplicate. So yeah, we got 2 more horses to run now after Mayano Topgun. So that's cool. Nice. Alright, so then let's move on. Are we pretty close to... We got 10k now, carrots. So that's good. Oh, you know what? I should probably review what I did today before we start Mayano Topgun's career. So during the day, I was able to run 2 farms, and I ran them on Majuro McQueen. And so this is the one we ran last night on stream, and then these 2 right here are the ones I ran on as a farm today. And we got an A on one and a B plus on the other. And I don't know why I got a B plus on the second one. I don't remember. This one's decent. I think it's because I wasn't really maxing out. I was trying to make this into a more well-rounded horse. In case of like a cup. I was trying to turn it into like a cup horse, right? For the next cup maybe, or whatever. The thing was, the stats were a little bit too high and I could only buy like 1 skill again. And I was like, ah. So I ended up buying all the skills for her. But for whatever reason, she didn't turn into an A. She was just a B+. I think it's because her stats were a little bit too, you know, a little bit too distributed. And then her power didn't really get up there like it normally does, like on this A. The power went up to almost 700, and her stamina is over 1,000. Speed is 978, you know what I mean? Obviously, her guts and wit are a lot lower than the other one, but this is very serviceable, actually. This is a very serviceable horse in a race. Obviously, in the A rank, so I'd have to go into the advanced league or whatever, which I would probably get my ass kicked there, because those are like A+ horses, you know what I mean? In that league, so we probably couldn't compete over there. Not yet, at least. We will, you know, soon, but not yet. But this was the best. This is kind of, you know, pretty standard, you know what I mean, like with decent RNG. I do remember in this run, the B+ run, we didn't get as many rainbow trainings. It was just like single rainbows and stuff, and I was like, what the hell is this? I think on this one we got like a triple rainbow, we got, you know, like a couple, you know, a lot of double rainbows, so this is kind of more what I'm used to. And it was the same deck we've been using, the 3 speed, 2 stamina, and 1 power. That's kind of been the default deck that I've been running. So enough yapping about that. Let's go ahead and start the Mayano Topgun career. Maybe we can look up her affinity tree a little bit. I don't know that it matters that much at this point. But let's see who her best affinity would be. I think it's gonna be Majuro McQueen, Gold Ship, and Saiyan Sky. Majuro McQueen's up there too. Okay. Maybe a Super Creek, possibly. Majuro McQueen, Gold Ship. Where is Vodka on this list? Oh, she's like way down here. 17. Not very good at all. So, I mean, Vodka's our best horse that we own. I think Majuro McQueen is a stamina horse, it looks like. Or power? Is she a power? What is she? She's a stamina horse. Okay. This horse is pretty powerful, actually. So we'll run her as the main. And then, I guess since Gold Ship is her best affinity, I guess we can run a Gold Ship. It'll only be a 2-star. But the grandparents will be 3-star, right? So that might not be bad. A 2-star stamina. Should I run a 2-star stamina on it? Musume McQueen is duplicated there, but I think that's unavoidable. I think all the gold chips I ran are kind of like that. What's this one? Guts? 2-star Guts? Should I run a Guts card? Or Guts Spark? What's this one? Wit? Should I run a 2-star Wit? I think I'll just go with what was this one again? 2-star Stamina. Maybe we'll just go with her. Sure, why not? Is her her skills any good? Not really. Homestretch haste. Yeah, not very good here, but whatever. It's the first time we're running her, so I'm not gonna be super picky. Her affinity is double circle. That's nice. Really good affinity here. She should be able to get, you know, some decent skills and stuff. Super Creek deck. Oh, I can't run Mayano Topgun, huh? Because she's being trained. Interesting. Okay, so our support card needs to change. I think I have a copy of this deck somewhere. I guess I could just make another one. Here, I'll just copy this one. And then copy it here. And then since she's the trainee, I know I have another stamina card that was, it's okay, that I was using. I think it's this one, Manhattan whatever. This is actually not that great though. I wonder if I should use Musume McQueen, but I'd have to level this up. Let's see what it goes to. So her friendship bonus would be 25%. Mood effects only 20. And then that's pretty much it. 25%. And she doesn't have that stat whatever priority or whatever. That's usually pretty nice to have. I guess I could run that Super Creek card, the R card. It's not great though. So maybe Saiyan Sky? If this is maxed out. She has specialty priority and her friendship bonus is a little bit higher. Especially if I max it out. Let's maybe do that. 25%. So it's basically the same as Musume McQueen. Her mood effect's a little bit higher. Friendship gauge a little bit higher because I think Musume McQueen is 15. Race bonus I don't really care so much about. Fan bonus I don't really care so much about. And specialty priority is 50. So yeah, I think this is a decent it's a decent replacement for Mayano Topgun. I guess we could compare those two. That's really what we're looking at, right? So Mayano Topgun normally there's only a 20% bonus. It has 5% training effectiveness though, and then it gives you initial stamina. So we'll be losing out on those, but specialty priority it'll be in stamina a little bit more. So I think Saiyan Sky is a decent replacement for Mayano Topgun. I really wish that Mayano Topgun was higher level. Hopefully in the next support card pull that we do, we get duplicates of her so that we can level that up. Because that card's decent. It's pretty good. Where is this? Where's this lady? Saiyan Sky. There she is. All right. So that's the deck we're running with. Bam. Cool. Oh, nice. 3 stack to right off the bat. I like that with the hint. That is great. I think that tail held high power skill is really good. Oh, another 3 stack. Oh, I'm liking this. Oh, another 3 stack. Come on, man. Seriously? Oh, this is like one of the better runs I've had. The first 3 are 3 stacks. I don't know if I've ever seen that, honestly. Might be the first time. Oh, look at that. Another 3 stack. Oh, this is beautiful. I love it. I love it. Oh, another 3 stack in wit. This is beautiful. Got our mood up naturally. All is well right now. Okay, this is probably a good thing. I think the best thing that we can do was a 2 stack. So resting here makes a lot of sense. I don't know her little thingies. Her event thingies. Okay, so these trainings aren't great. I guess we should probably take the 2 stack. It's wasting the energy, but it's the best available as far as friendship goes. So I guess I could have done looked at which stats would be the highest. Oh, 4 stack. Way to make up for it though. So I do like stacks. I mean, not stacks. Stats with the T. But I will also make exceptions for stacks with the CK. Another 3 stack. Come on, man. Really? Ooh, I like this. This is gonna be a good run. Hopefully it stays this way and it doesn't fizzle out on us. Okay, so the 2 stack is the best we can get here, and like I said, a 4-sum is better than a 3-sum. So, oh, we're getting well rested twice in a row too. Oof. Alright, so then we will do the front runner. Okay, yeah, cool. Our stats don't look that great, but I'm sure it'll be fine. You're right, it looks like we're gonna win this pretty easily. Nice. I mean, this is probably the best available here. Oh, we need fans? Okay. I should probably look at the races then. Before I get too deep. At 24 turns, oh wow. I want to run in a G1 if possible. So we'll go until we see some G1s here. She's not good at any of these, so it doesn't make sense to run these. Here is a G1 she would be good with. I think this is the one that Musume McQueen runs in. I remember running this a couple times today when I was farming her. So it's the same race. We're not using our own Musume McQueen as a parent, or else the affinity running this would help on Mayano Topgun. Basically, the more G1 races they have in common, the better their affinity is to each other. But this is only 7,000 fans, and even with the bonus, I guess if we got a 10% fan bonus, it'd be 7,700. I guess if we had 10% fan bonus on a couple of our support cards, we could get there just by running this one race. I'm not sure if that's enough though. Let's see what else we can do. These are locked. I'm gonna guess that there's a lot of these races are gonna be locked later on in here, because we don't have enough fans right now, so we might have to run 2 races, which is unfortunate. I'd rather just run one race and just get it over with, right? I guess we could run some of these if we needed to. There looks like there's 2 of them down there. Yeah, we're not eligible for any of these actually. Even the last turn, yeah. So it looks like that's the only G1 really available, which was the, what was it called? Nakayama Turf. So we'll schedule that one. We'll run in that one. If we need more friends after that, we'll run another one, I guess. Maybe one of the bigger ones. Oh, 3-stack. Oh, 3-stack plus the director. Oh, man. I think plus the director might be the way to go. What is this? 31 total? What do we get here? 33 total? I mean, 30 in the just raw stats and 28 here. So I think we need to go with speed. Although we do get the director, we get skill points from that too, right? So overall, I think this might be better. So we'll just go with this. Oh, 3-stack here again. I don't mind it that it's in guts. It's okay. When is this racing again? In 5, 6, 7, 8 turns. So like turn 14 or so turns left. Gotta remember that, so I don't. Sometimes I forget that it's there, and I'll just skip through it. So 30 points here. I think that is gonna be the best one there. Yeah, we're gonna do that one. Oh, look at that again. 3 plus the director. Oh man, this is a really really good run. Um, I mean, I guess technically just two in the director because Hishi Amazon is already orange, but oh man, it's a good roll. Oh well, gotta rest. No choice. Ooh, look at that, 4 of them. I mean, we've never gotten this lucky on any of our runs. This is really good. Too bad there's no one here to even see it happen. Oh, 4 again. I mean, 2 of them already have friendship, so it's really just 2, technically, kind of. But yeah, that is the best available, so it makes sense to take it. It'd be dumb not to. It's gotta stop giving us such good trainings here. I need to take a rest here. This is getting out of hand. Okay, good. This round isn't as great. We're coming up on a race here soon too. So this one, I think we're gonna take the speed. This one she's alone, so ooh. I might have to take this one. 26 and 9 is 35 points. This one's only 28. Yeah. We're gonna have to do this. So nothing good really here. I guess I could take speed, but our energy is low enough where a rest does make sense to take. So I'll go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, see, I almost skipped through it. Because I wasn't, you know, it was kind of in the middle. Normally I take races that are towards the end of the deadlines. So then it's easier to remember, but when it's in the middle like that, I kind of like lose track of it. So good thing it reminded me, or else I probably would have just skipped through that without thinking about it. I got really excited about all the big stacks and stuff we were getting. Hopefully that luck kind of holds out for the rest of the career. Because if we start getting really bad luck towards the end, that's when it kind of matters the most, I would say. Because then everyone's all trained up, friendship's all trained up, and you get a lot more bonuses from the rainbows and all that stuff. Right now, we're still in the process of raising our friendship level, so the trainings aren't as good as they could be. We're not getting like 60s and, you know, stuff like that.
It should be a pretty easy race.
Yeah, we won pretty easily. I like her celebration. Hers makes the most sense, you know? Mayano Topgun. So she's like an airplane. And then she salutes at the end. It's very thematic. It makes sense. Okay, we achieved our goal doing that. This looks like energy to me. So we don't need to run any more races technically if we don't want to. Um, Maybe if all the trainings are like kind of bad, then maybe you could look at running this one, possibly Satsuki Show. I think a lot of our grandparents actually had this in the white sparks. It seemed like so if we run this, it should help us with our affinities, but not that we would inherit like really useful skills though. So maybe it might help with stats. I don't know. I guess maybe we can schedule it at least, right? So it reminds me, and if all the trainings are trash, then I'll run it. But if the trainings are really good, then we'll just train instead. So I'm not. Oh, look at that! Wow, it's only 38 points though. That's kind of a shame. I mean, I don't really like training guts, but it seems like this is probably the best available, and we get the friendship levels up also that we need. I don't know this one. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're getting big stacks here. This is gonna be good when they're all maxed out or all their friendship levels are up and they have the possibility to rainbow here. If it keeps going this way, I don't know that it'll last. We haven't really had a really bad training yet. I think maybe we had like one that was like a single horse. I don't think it was a single horse. Maybe only a two stack. Maybe we've done that like twice. I want to say. Okay, this might be the beginning of the end here, where it just starts like going downhill. So everyone's all leveled up now, their friendship level. No rainbows though. Huh. Okay. Um 25, 19, what is this? 19. This is 24. And wit, I guess I could take wit to conserve energy in case I get a big stack. Is 25 points worth it? Whatever. No gold inspiration. It's kind of a bummer. Alright, so today's the race. Let's see what kind of trainings we have and if they're all trash. I mean, yeah, they're not the best. 32 and 10. Actually, that's pretty good. That's 42 stat points total. Is that better than running a race at this point? Our second inspiration might go gold if we run this race, possibly. We would have more fans and stuff. But I think we're gonna go for the stats. I'm not really at that level yet where I'm concerned that much about um, running races and stuff uh, outside of the career ones that you have to run for the career mode. I think I will get into that later, but right now I don't really care that much about it. So I think I have to take this double rainbow. Ooh, triple rainbow. 44 and 19. Oh yeah, what is this? Is this a triple? No. Triple rainbow. I'll take that. I like the triple rainbows. Alright, I mean, I don't mind this. Not any good trainings really, which means it's a good time to rest, which is perfect because we're a little bit lower than half the bar. I don't know. This one, I guess? I don't know. Oh. 35 and 11. I kind of like the sounds of 35 and 11. It's not. It's only a single rainbow though, but it's pretty good stats there. This run has actually been really good so far. Not. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. This is like one of the luckiest runs. I think it's the luckiest run of me playing this game. It's the luckiest run I've ever had. $32 and 13. Sheesh. We're a little low on energy. 32 and 13 though, that is a lot of stats. But the next turn I won't be able to do anything. And what if we get a triple rainbow next turn? And we do need wit, so I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, we didn't get a triple rainbow, damn it. I should have just taken it then. And these trainings are all kind of trash. Okay, I mean, I'll just take wit again, it's fine. We're like really low on wit, so. This one? I don't know. I actually don't mind like random stats on those, especially if it's guts or wit, because I don't really train guts or wit, so it's nice to get them in the little bonus event thingies that she does. All right, let's see. Oh, that's a nice stack. 35 points. I wish more of them were rainbows, but I don't mind that. That's a good one. We're not even like halfway through a career right now. I think we're in the first third still. It's really early in her career, and her stats are pretty strong already. Uh, this may be an A+ run. I don't know. I don't want to call it yet, but it could be. Don't really like any of these trainings. It's not that great. It's only 30 points, but I can't really rest here, so I'm gonna take the stamina. Not getting the triple rainbows anymore. I think this might be a resting turn. Because I want to get more than a single rainbow, you know what I mean? And if I train there, then I'll have to rest the next turn. And what if, you get the triple rainbow on the next turn, I won't be able to take it. So she's already like a B level horse, honestly, where her stats are at right now. And we're not even halfway through her career. That's crazy. At least I don't think so. I guess we'll see after this. I think we're shooting for about like 1,000 stamina on this run, since she's a long distance runner. You want about 1,000 stamina on a long distance, and speed. You know, the higher the better, obviously, but take what you can get. Probably around like a 900 minimum, I would say, or 800 at least. 900 is probably a little safer, especially as a front runner. You need her to be fast, because she needs to stay in front of everybody, and not, you know, she needs basically. I read somewhere about how the different running styles work. I don't remember where exactly. There's some article, and it basically said like the the role of a front runner is to basically run way ahead of everybody else and hope that nobody catches up at the end, basically. So it's good when there's like the huge gap between your front runner horse and everybody else. And then because they're gonna slow down, because there's a like each leg of the race, like here they're like denoted, they're marked by these like little lines here. There's like the first part of the race, and then there's like the middle part, and then there's like this part here, and then there's like the end, the last spurt or whatever. And so in the very beginning, front runners, they have a multiplier to their speed, which is, I think it's just 1. So whatever speed you have, that's what you get. And then the other types of runners, they have different multipliers. So for like an end closer, I think it's like 0.75 maybe. I don't mind. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely lower. So they're not running at full speed, right? They're only running at 75% of their full speed or whatever, right? And then each leg of the race, as they run through it, the front runner slows down. So at the very end, she's only running like, I think like 85% of her like top speed or whatever that you gave her. If she has 1,000, then she's only running 850 by the end of the race. And then the other horses like increment up. So the front runners increment down. I think pace setters, I don't remember what happens with them. I don't have the thing memorized, but I remember reading the article and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? So you want your front runner speed like super high, like as high as it can go. Basically, you want to max it out if you can, because it's gonna nerf them towards the end of the race. So if your speed's already low, and you nerf that, then they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be a snail. But they do need the stamina to stay up there too in that front position. If they run out of stamina, they're gonna slow down. All right. So, single rainbow. That's unfortunate. I mean, that looks like the best one, so we'll just take that. I don't know if Swinging Maestro is dropped yet. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing it yet. I don't. I forgot to look at where we are in her career path. So we've run 3 races right now, and we have like 6 left or whatever, 5 or 6. So yeah, we're like super early in her career, and look at her stats already. Sheesh, this is gonna be a good run. As long as the RNG holds up, because it could go really bad really fast, right? That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's starting to happen. None of these are great. Um, she has enough energy to where I don't really want to rest. I think this is above halfway. So we would be wasting a little bit. But I really just don't like these. I mean, 26 isn't like the worst thing in the world. I guess technically I should take this one because it's 31. And power doesn't matter as much on Mayano Topgun because she's a front runner. So acceleration, in the beginning of the race, it helps her get ahead of the pack faster, right? If your power is really high. But after the beginning of the race, I don't know that power is really used all that much. Maybe at the end of the race a little bit? I don't know, actually. Because theoretically, you would think that she would already be at top speed at the end of the race, right? Like she doesn't have to get up to top speed like the other runners do. So I don't know exactly what the mechanics of those are. I think her energy is a little bit too high for me to rest. So I'm just gonna take the biggest stat numbers. All right, we're gonna do this one now. Yeah, look at her. She's already 600, 600. That's crazy. We were barely, I remember not that long ago, we were barely getting 600, 600 by the end of the career, right? But now we're getting 600, 600 in the middle, not even the middle of the career. We're getting it early in the career. So, I mean, this run was really good. We were getting 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 stacks. We got a triple rainbow once already. A couple, 2 or 3 double rainbows. So this run has been really good. Way better than any of the other careers I've ever run, actually, in this game so far. Who's this? Is this an NPC? This NPC is really fast. I'd be really surprised if we lose at all this entire run, because I think technically our stats should be way beyond everybody else's, but you never know. We haven't given her any skills, so that could be the gap closer. But it looks like she's dominating, which she should. Is that the only celebration she has? I don't think I've ever seen her do anything else either. I wonder if she has like stickers of Tom Cruise somewhere, like in her locker or something. You know, and then because Tom Cruise is a Maverick, right? I wonder if she has Val Kilmer in there too. Val Kilmer was Goose. It's a really old movie. It's the original Top Gun, is what I'm talking about. I was alive for that, the original Top Gun. I watched it in theater. I think I want to say. I think I remember going with my dad or something. My mom was probably there. Uh, and I remember watching Top Gun. It's a good movie. F-14 Tomahawk, Tomcat. Yeah, Tomcat. Those are good planes. The F-14. They're like super fast. I think they were so fast actually. The F-14 Tomcats. 20 and 13 is 33. This is 36. So I mean 36 is bigger than 33, right? Yeah. But basically, they replaced the F-14 Tomcats because they were too fast. They replaced them with the FA-18s. That's what I worked with when I was in the military. I was in the Navy, so I was on an aircraft carrier, and we had a bunch of FA-18s. and they were slower than the F-14 Tomcats, right? So it didn't have like afterburners and stuff like they had in the movie in Top Gun. I don't know that I should take this. I think I should rest, honestly, because they're not like super great. So I'm gonna do that. But basically, the F-14 apparently was like so overpowered. Um, like there was no other country made a plane that could like compete against it. Basically, like the F-14 was so good, and the other countries' planes were so bad. It was like overkill. It was like having a 1200, across the board horse against like a 300 across the board horse, right? Like it was just way too good. So they didn't need all that speed and power, and also the F-14 wasn't as maneuverable because it was so fast. Like you couldn't turn, right? It's like a Bugatti, like a Veyron or whatever, a Chiron or whatever they are, the top speed cars. Like they're good in a straight line. They go super fast, but they don't really. You could probably beat a Bugatti and a Civic on a curvy road, right? Maybe not. I don't know, but like a little Civic could probably kick a Bugatti's ass on like a really curvy road racing or something. So that's kind of why they replaced the F-14 with the FA-18, and those were the planes that I worked with when I was in the military. And those things were crazy because they were pretty much like idiot proof. So every FA-18 cost like $18 million or something like that. I could be wrong. It could be more. It could be like 30 million. I don't remember the exact cost of them, but they're freaking expensive, right? They're freaking expensive. And so, but they make them super easy to work on because you have to think that most of the people in the military are like kids, right? They're like 18, 19 years old, didn't go to college, they're straight out of high school, right? And you have these aircraft mechanics who are, these kids basically, because, who else is going to do it? I mean, they have older mechanics and stuff too, but, a lot of them are young and they have to make it idiot proof, right? Because a lot of on a $30 million jet or 18 million, however much they are, right? Like if you screw it up, right, not only is someone could possibly die because the pilot, right, is, if something goes wrong with the plane, you could die, but you're wasting millions of dollars if the plane crashes or whatever, right? So it's got to be like easy to fix basically. And so I watched this kid. So every mechanic like owns a plane. They don't own it, but like they take ownership of it, kind of like a horse, right? Like the trainer, you take ownership of the horse, right? So Mayano Topgun is my trainee right now, right? So these aircraft mechanics, even though they're 19 years old or whatever, that plane, it would have a name too. The plane has a name. It could be like Wild Rider or whatever. Usually it's like I think the call sign of the pilot is a different thing from the name of the plane. I think the plane is named something different, and I think that's painted on the side of the plane. Also, I believe, I could be wrong about that. I don't, it's been a while since I was in the military. So, but this kid takes ownership of the plane, and so whatever, like he outranks the pilot in a mechanical sense. So if he says, "Hey, yo, this plane's not ready to go," pilot can't fly. And that's his call. It's the mechanic's call, right? Obviously, he has to do his job and he has to get it fixed in time for the mission or whatever they're doing, right? So, and it's on him if he doesn't get it fixed. But if it's something out of his control, obviously some stuff happens, maybe the part was faulty, whatever it is, then he has the ultimate say, right? It's kind of interesting how that whole hierarchy works, even though he's a lower rank, because pilots are officers, and the mechanics are just blue collar, enlisted folk, whatever. It could be like an E3. He could be an E4. I think you have to be an E4 at least to be an aircraft mechanic, which is like the very first line of management. What you call like a lower end supervisor or whatever. You could possibly have people working for you. It just means that you've been there long enough that you know what the fuck you're doing, right? And you're not a complete idiot. Why are we losing right now? I don't understand that. Anyway, I watched this kid fix the plane, and the thing had something wrong with the control module, like because it has autopilot on it, and so the autopilot, nowadays they don't even they don't control the planes anymore. They just sit in there and they supervise basically. So when it takes off, right, They don't. The pilots actually don't do anything. The catapult system launches the plane off the flight deck, right? And they just sit there, and then the computer takes over once it's like off the deck, and it flies itself. You just put in the GPS coordinates, and the plane flies itself to wherever you need it to go. It's amazing how that technology, and even landing, they used to have to land manually on the flight deck, right? And in training, they have to. You have to know how to do it, obviously, because if something goes wrong and you have to take manual control, right? You need to learn how to land on the flight deck so that obviously, so you don't fucking crash or whatever. If the computer is malfunctioning or whatever it is, right? But nowadays they don't have to. They have to learn how to do it in training, but they don't actually land the plane on the flight deck of the carrier. The plane lands itself. It's crazy because you have to think the carrier is moving in water, right? It's not like it's standing still. No, the carrier is sailing in the water at like 30 knots, whatever it's going, 40 knots, whatever, however fast it's going, right? And there's wind, and then there's fucking bucking on the ocean because the ocean, there's like waves and shit or whatever, the tides. So the carrier is kind of like rocking up and down, and the computer can sense all this. It sees like what it's doing. There's like markings on the flight deck, so obviously the computer can see, kind of like a Tesla, I guess, how it sees the world around it, while it's driving. It's kind of like that, I guess. But landing a plane, I don't know. That seems like fucking. I don't even understand, how that even works, because it's moving and there's wind, right? Obviously too, because wind plays a factor. So the carrier usually flies upwind or something, like into the wind. Usually when they're landing, I believe. And then when they're taking off, they fly with the tailwind, or they sail with the tailwind, so the planes can, take off better. So they'll change the direction of the ship depending on the, direction of the wind, and there's all kinds of stuff like that. Anyway, one of these planes I was watching the kid fix. We're racing again already. We got second, didn't we? I don't understand how that happened. That's really wild to me. Why we lost? Oh, we're look at this. We're S's on front running and in the long. Oh god, this is a great run. I don't know how we got second though. Anyway, so to finish my story, I was watching this kid fix a plane, and something was wrong with the control unit, with the navigation or something, and he had to replace it. And all he did was take a screwdriver, right, just like a regular screwdriver, and he unscrewed 4 screws on the dash, or whatever you want to call it, in the cockpit. And then there's these handles on the side of the thing, and he just grabbed the handles and he just yanked on it real hard, and it pulled the entire unit out, right? It was like one big unit. And then he set that to the side. He brought in the new one, and he just like plugged it in, kind of like a something into a socket, like a power cable into a socket, like an outlet. And he just plugged it in, and he put the screws back, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Are you done? Did you just fix it? And he's like, yeah. I was like, what do you mean? You didn't do anything. You just unscrewed the thing and you plugged it in. And he's like, yeah, that's how it's made. That they idiot proofed it so that you don't have to fix individual gizmos and parts of the thing. You just replace the entire unit as a single thing, and it's all pre-built into one thing. And so if anything goes wrong, you should just replace the entire thing. And that's how a 19-year-old can fix a $30 million plane. That's crazy. That is crazy. How like the level of I mean, they came up with that through years and years of experience, right? Like of doing it over and over again. And they found out that, why are we sitting here fixing each individual little thing? Let's, just do the entire unit. And then you can send the unit off, right? Because it's made by some company probably, right? Like Northrop Grumman or, whatever, Boeing, whoever makes the parts. So you send it in, and they actually fix the electronics and send it back. So the mechanics actually don't do anything. They're not real mechanics. They're not like fixing stuff. But I don't know. I just thought that was fascinating when I was in there, seeing that. I mean, they do have actual mechanics who fix like jet engines and stuff, because jet engines will go bad all the time, and so they'll stick the jet engine off the back of the ship, and they'll test it and monkey around with it. I don't know how to fix a jet engine. I can fix cars, right? But I don't know anything about jet engines. So they'll have some engine out the back, doing nonsense like at all hours of the day because it's a 24-hour operation basically when we're out at sea and you're in a wartime environment or whatever, right? Then you work in shifts of 8 hours, so you have three shifts. You have 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours is 24 hours, right? So you always have someone manned. So if they're fixing the jet engines, they try to like keep them off at night because jet engines are really loud. And they try to keep them off at night when people are sleeping, but sometimes you got to get shit fixed, and so just constant engine, jet engine noise, um, super loud. And where I slept too was the worst because where they put it's called a berthing. It's kind of like a room with a bunch of beds, right? And they're like stacked up on each other, and where our room was for me and my coworkers because it's departmental, so every department has their own room. So you work with your coworkers, you sleep with your coworkers, you eat with them, you do everything with them, right? You have your own bathroom also that you share with some like maybe two or three other departments, but you use the same bathrooms, like everything. You're constantly around each other, so I mean that could get kind of annoying obviously sometimes when you're around the same people all the damn time. Like, bro, get away from me. But that's part of it's like part of the experience, I would say. uh I think I should rest here because I didn't really like any of those trainings that much. Hmm. But yeah, where we slept, our room or berthing was right under it was one floor below the flight deck. So basically the ceiling was the flight deck. That's where all the planes would land and take off and stuff, right? And so a lot of the times it wasn't that bad because they weren't flying planes at night most of the time because it's more dangerous at night obviously because visibility is low. So you don't really want to be flying planes at night if you don't have to. But I was deployed during Operation what was that thing called? Enduring Freedom, OIF and OEF, Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom. This was when we went in to go get Saddam, I believe. Yeah, this was right after. No, yeah, this was when we went in to go get Saddam. That's when they toppled the statue and everything of Saddam Hussein. I don't know if you're old enough to remember that or even know what I'm talking about. A lot of history there. I don't really like it. I think our luck ran out here. But sometimes they would have night ops, is what they called it, because we had some mission at the time. This was during I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks. And he goes, I'm the captain now. The pirate, the little Somali pirate guy. I'm the captain now. That's a good scene. Anyway, that movie happened during the time that we were out there, right? When I was doing my job out there, and so we ran some. Those pirates were part of. So what was going on during that time was that Somalia. There was a big. Everyone was starving because the warlords there. It's like a crazy country, and warlords control it. So it's not like here, where it's a democracy. It's basically whoever has guns, like controls everything. And there's like different factions or tribes or whatever that are fighting each other to take control of the entire country. And so they had some bad ones during the time I was there. I wasn't in Somalia. We were out in the ocean, but so those what they would do is that so the UN and like UNICEF and these NGOs, basically non-governmental organizations like charities, basically would send a bunch of food to the people there because they were starving because the warlords were like fighting and they were taking all the resources and hogging all the food for themselves and this and that whatever, because that's how you control the populace is whoever has the food. If you're starving, you're going to just say yes sir to and take the food from whoever's giving it to you, right? And you're going to pledge your loyalty to that person. So they were fighting over that, and so when we were, not us but like people were sending aid, to Somalia for the people, the warlords would seize the shipments of food, and so they could grab power basically, right? Whoever has the most resources, right? Even in games, when you play games, if you have a million carrots, then you're gonna win. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna beat everybody else that doesn't have a million carrots, right? So they were taking all the carrots, and so what we did out there, the pirate thing was a problem too, because the Somalian pirates were jacking people and they were kidnapping people and charging ransoms to get money. It was all a big scam. It was basically like like the scams these days, but like in person at the time, because cell phones and stuff weren't really a thing back then. I mean, they were, but it wasn't like as it is now. We didn't have smartphones back then. It was still like flip phones and stuff. But anyway, we were bombing Somalia, the warlords down over there, right? I don't know if this is it's probably, I don't think this is classified. I think that's a known thing now, so I think I'm safe. It was also like 20 years ago, so hopefully I'm not stepping on any toes here. I don't think I am, but I mean, I don't know if it was Somalia. That was like the assumption. I guess I'll just say allegedly. I assumed that that's what was happening, right? I wasn't directly told that's what we were doing at the time, and I wasn't a part of that. My job was on the ship. I never left the ship really, other than when we had port visits, where it's like rest and recreation, where you can go off the ship and do stuff. Um, uh, hmm, 38. This one's like 50. Oh, I gotta take the 50. So anyway, they were doing, whatever they were doing it at night, and during, because I work day shift, so you're trying to sleep in like a bed where you have like this much space really. So when you lay down in the bed, the next bed above you is like probably like a foot away. Like I couldn't even like turn around inside my bed. Like I would if I laid on my back, I can't turn around and lay on my stomach. It's not possible. My shoulder would hit the bed above me. So you just gotta choose a sleeping position and stick with it. You're not gonna be, shuffling around at night. You know what I mean? Like that. No, that's not happening. And so, oh man, the failure rate is so high. Um, hmm. This is like 45 points worth. This is like 42. I don't really want to fail though, so I think I guess it's not like a crazy like triple rainbow. So I think I'm just gonna these single rainbows, not really getting crazy trainings that we were getting before. That's kind of a bummer. Our wit is super low, so even though these have better stats, I think I might train some wit up here and wait for a better training. Oh, this one looks 69. Nice. 69. I like that. Yeah, so to finish my story again, I guess I never finished it. It's dragging on. I like to yap, I guess. Uh 31. I could rest. Maybe I'll just do that instead. So yeah, you have these jets taking off right above your head, basically. Um, it's so loud. It's hard to sleep. That was the point of my story, just to say that it was loud and it was hard to sleep because the flight deck was right above our heads, and we had jets taking off right above, so you could hear the wheels and stuff turning on the jet because it's like a car. It's like living under a bridge or something. You know, I've never lived under a bridge, but I would assume that that's what that would sound like. Like you can hear the cars like driving over you, kind of thing. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think our luck has run out here a little bit. 28 and 8 is 36. This is 35. I guess 36 is greater than 35, but we do kind of need the speed though. Our speed is kind of lagging behind a little bit. Yeah, but you can hear the planes take off, and then you can hear them, and when they land, right? Because it's a big ass plane, and it's right above you. So there's a big like dunk when it lands on the flight deck when the wheels touch down, and then sometimes they would miss the tail hook. Uh, so planes on aircraft carriers have what's called a tail hook, and it's basically a big hook on the back of the plane. It's actually kind of ghetto. But there's a little hook on the back of the plane that comes down when it's landing, and then they have a line. It's just like a steel line on the deck, and then basically what they're trying to do is catch the hook on the line, and the line is connected to like these rollers, basically, kind of like on a spring. It's kind of like a rubber band kind of thing, and so when the tail hook catches the line, it like slows the plane down. So they come to a really abrupt stop, right? They don't use brakes. It's all through that line, the tail hook line thing. That's all they depend on. Um, I guess because we ran trainings for the pilots too, and most of the newer pilots, like if it's their first time, they don't even let off the gas. Like they come in hot. I mean, you have to let off the gas obviously to slow down and whatever, but they come in hot in the because basically if they miss the line, what they have to do is take off again, and that could be kind of scary because you're slow enough to where the plane's falling, but then you have to speed up again to start flying again, before you fall off the edge of the aircraft carrier. So so what they would do is they come in, and then right at the end, right as they're about to land, they would go full speed because the tail hook thingy and the line is strong enough to where even if the plane is blasting off as fast as it can, it'll stop the plane. So they would, and you would hear all that, because jet engines are loud, so you would hear the and you go and then because the engine's going crazy, right? And then you can hear it stop, or sometimes you would hear them go gadunk, and then just it would go like fly away. So the guy missed. A rookie mistake, Yeah. Anyway, that's what it's like to be on an aircraft carrier, or in the berthing right under the friggin' flight deck. Good times. Not really. But it's interesting. It's definitely different. It's not something you would experience in normal life. The worst part about it was though, we got swinging maestro. Nice. I was waiting for that to drop. Oh, this looks good, but the numbers aren't that big. Um, I mean, I guess I have to take it though, right? But the worst part was I had a job where I took photos. Basically, I was a photographer. Is kind of what I did. And so this failure rate's kind of high, but it is a double rainbow. I think I'm gonna risk this. Yes. But now we are forced to rest in the next turn. But I had a job where I would take photos, and I was part of a team where if you had a UFO, and a UFO, I'm not talking about aliens. I'm talking more about like, it's just UFO stands for unidentified flying object, right? So we would get those every once in a while, like just because you don't know what the hell it is, like it could just be a normal, it could be a passenger plane, not like a commercial plane, but like it could be like one of those, like a prop plane out in the middle of the ocean. It's kind of weird though, like why there would be like a prop plane out there. So it is kind of suspicious, like in the middle, because the ocean's humongous, right? Like, if you've never been out in the middle of the ocean, it's kind of creepy because every direction you look, 360 degrees, all you see is water and sky. That's it. No land, nothing. No birds, no fish. You don't see nothing. Just water and sky. So it could be kind of scary. So when there's like something flying around, where like what? Because birds normally they fly around land, right? That's how you know you're next to land because there's birds. You see birds in the sky, right? Or in the middle of the ocean, there's no birds. Like there's nothing out there. It's like worse than a desert, right? Because at least in the desert, in the sand, there's like I don't know, beetles and I don't know, lizards and I don't know something, shit, cactuses and shit. I don't know. But out in the ocean, there's nothing. So then, when you have a call for a UFO, which is just an unidentified flying object, you're like, "What the hell is that?" Like that's crazy. So what I would have to do is, as the photographer, or one of the photographers, on the ship, one of my jobs was to go and take photos of whatever the hell it was, the thing that was flying around, right? But the where you go to take the photos is on the 10th floor of because there's like 20 floors on a carrier. Those things are massive. They're humongous, right? There's parts of a carrier I'd never been in, even though I worked on one for like 2.5 years or something, right? Because we just don't go there, like the engineering spaces. Oh, we don't go in there. Like what for? I don't do. I mean, I did go in there a couple times, but there's certain like areas that you can't go technically, and then there's other areas where you just wouldn't go. Why? There's no point. Like the what are those things called? There's like these weird like fan rooms, and I know people would go in there and like have sex and stuff. You're not supposed to, but people would do that. But I don't think I've ever been in a fan room. I didn't have any sex on the ship, at least. But yeah, you would have to run up, because they called this thing out. So you'd wake up in the middle of the night, or whenever you're sleeping, and then you'd have to run up 10 flights of like ship stairs. And ship stairs are different from regular stairs. Regular stairs, they have like what do you call it? They have like standards, right, of how, like, what the distance needs to be, and how many steps you need to go up a certain distance, and how like long it needs to be and stuff, so that the steps are, so you don't have a falling hazard, basically, right? So there's like rules and codes and shit to regulate that. In a ship, space is really tight, so it's basically a ladder. So you're climbing up a friggin' ladder, right? With the humongous, because in order to shoot a fucking UFO, your lens needs to be like the nice ones that National Geographic and stuff has, right? So your lens is like this big. It's like literally the size of my torso, right? And it's heavy. These things are friggin' heavy, the lenses. Oh my god. So you're lugging that crap up there with a tripod, right? And not just any like cheap ass little plastic tripod or whatever they can buy from Amazon. No, these are like carbon fiber, like nice tripods, like they use in professional production, in the industry, you know what I mean. And you also have to shoot video at the same time. So not because the photos back then, the cameras were kind of shitty. The video cameras, they were what are they, like 3 CCD or whatever. They weren't like what are they called now, like full frame, like CMOS sensors or whatever, you know what I mean. They weren't that. They were like the cheap. I mean, at the time they were state of the art, but the picture quality wasn't very good. The resolution was like 720p, I think, was the best resolution. It might have been 480 at the time, honestly, that I was shooting. It might have been 640. It could have been 640. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's see. This might be one of some of the last trainings we do here. I feel like we need more wit. Everything else looks pretty good. So unless we get like a crazy rainbow training here, the stamina one looks pretty good though. But our wit is like atrocious. So I think I'm just gonna train the wit unless we get like a crazy rainbow training. All right. So what was I saying? I was saying something about the pictures. Oh yeah. So like climbing up the damn 10 flights of ladders with all this equipment, this gear. Basically, I have the camera around my neck with the friggin' lens hanging down. You know what I mean? Bopping me in my my knees and stuff because it's so long. and then I have a freaking tripod in the other hand, and I'm trying to hold on to the ladder, and you have to get up there fast because when they call it out, you need to get up there within. I think there was a time limit. I think we had like 10 minutes, so you have to get out of bed, get dressed, right? Go run to your office, grab the gear, right, and then make it up 10 flights of ladders basically to get to the what's called the crow's nest, which is like the it's like a lookout point. It's nice up there. Like you can see all the flight deck ops and stuff. It's like a place to watch stuff. It's kind of cool, but it's a bitch to get to. And the crow's nest is above that, before above the observation deck. So you climb all the way up, and then you take the picture. That was like the worst though, because sometimes it was nothing. It was just like a metallic balloon, like a weather balloon or something. You know what I mean? That just got it's been out for a while, so they deflate after a while because when they I don't when they go up in the atmosphere, I don't think they pop. They just sort of deflate, I believe, and then it like sinks back down towards Earth. And so sometimes it would just be something like that. Um, Sometimes I couldn't tell what the hell it was as far as I was looking at it, but I wasn't, I was just the guy who took the pictures of it, and then I would give them to whoever else, and they'd be like, "Cool, good job" or whatever. But they never told us what it was. You know what I mean? I don't think we ever saw any UFOs, like alien stuff, at least. Not in my career. I've heard that in San Diego, or there's been reports of like pilots seeing like weird like flying like white thingies like darting around on their FLIR systems. The FLIR is it's like infrared basically for planes. It's called FLIR. I don't know what it stands for exactly. I worked with a lot of FLIR footage, so but it's like the black and white. It's like grayscale, and you can see like people are like white in them because of the heat signature on them. So that's basically what it is. And so I guess they have like this video of like these white thingies like dots like freaking going crazy, and I don't know. I've heard about that. I wouldn't be surprised honestly about what's actually out there, because there's so much about like the Earth itself that we don't know. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, that was a interesting experience for sure. I don't know if I'd recommend it to people, but they do have good benefits though, and the pay is actually not that bad. Like the amount of money they give you as a paycheck is terrible, right? It's like nothing. I mean, it's not the worst. It's something. They give you something, but it's not like, you know, I wouldn't say it's a lot of money. You know what I mean? But where they get you, or where they make up for it, really is in like the housing costs. So you don't have to pay for housing. You know what I mean? So they give you rent money basically, and you don't have to spend it all. You can also just live on the ship. You don't get rent money if you just live on the base or on the ship. You don't get rent money for that. But if you choose to live outside in like the real world, right, outside of the base, which I don't know why you wouldn't, then they give you money to do that, and you don't have to spend all of it. So if you can get a cheap, I don't know, let's say normal rent in the city that you're in is two rand, whatever, right? That seems pretty average these days to get an apartment, because they give you enough money to like live by yourself, right? They're not June. I shouldn't say that. They're not screwing you to and not giving you enough money to live, right? They're giving you enough money to live like a decent life. But if you want to pocket some of that money, then all you have to do is just get like a room for like a couple, $500 or whatever. That's what I did, and then pocket the rest. And that's not illegal. That's fine. You can do that if you want to. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And so and then they give you money for clothes and money for food. And you don't, like I said, they give you enough money to like, not like eat lobster every day, but like if you're in the military, right, you're expected to have certain physical standards and stuff, right? They have physical tests and stuff you have to do. So they feed you well. Like, it's basically like a steak a day, basically, is kind of the amount of money you would get to eat a steak a day, at least, like a nice steak, right? And then obviously not just one steak a day, but like enough to eat lunch and breakfast and all that, right? I don't eat breakfast though. I'm a 2 meal kind of person, right? I eat lunch and dinner really, so I only eat 2 meals a day. So the third meal, the money they give me for that, I would save, and I wouldn't eat steak. Also, I would just eat like cheap shit like peanut butter and jelly or whatever, because I was young. So I don't want to, I mean, I learned how to cook while I was in the military, so I'm decent at it, and I came up with some dishes that were super cheap, like pork chops are super cheap because they're cheap in the store, and then spaghetti is super cheap too, so you can make spaghetti, and you would save a lot of money that way from the food allowance and then the clothing allowance. You have to buy uniforms with, but as long as you took care of your uniforms, you wouldn't have to buy new clothes, because I think they give you that every year, I believe. And so yeah, when you add all that stuff up, it wasn't bad, the pay. I know people, some of my friends who are still in the service. I left a long time ago, but some of them are close to retiring now, and they drive like Porsches and stuff. I don't have a Porsche, I don't. I can't afford a Porsche. I mean, I guess technically I could if I really like wanted one. I could buy a used one, and like fix it and whatever. But like realistically, no, I don't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be. I'm not in a position to own a Porsche really, but they can do it pretty easily. So you know what I mean. I probably make more money than they do, like on the whole. But their benefits are just so good. Like health insurance is like the best you can get. Basically, it's the same shit that Congress members have. It's the same insurance. So and then dental, everything's covered. Like you don't have to really worry about anything. Eating, sleeping, nothing. They take care of everything for you. So and they give you a paycheck. And if the longer you're in and the more promotions you get, the more money they give you, right? And so if all your bases are covered, it's almost like UBI, Universal Basic Income. It's kind of like that being in the military. I mean, obviously you have to slave your life away in a way. I mean, it's not actual slavery, but you know what I mean. Like you have to give your life to them to do what I mean, you can kind of choose your own destiny too a little bit. Maybe not in the beginning, but later on you can. Yeah, these trainings really sort of fizzled out towards the end. So this horse isn't really that much different from what we would normally make. Actually, it's not like super like, oh my god, this horse is amazing. Anyway, that's probably enough about military compensation. You probably don't care that much about that. It's probably kind of boring to listen to. If you have no interest in joining the military, then it wouldn't matter to you. Who cares? But I'm just saying it's a misconception that they're. I don't know that they're underpaid, but they make enough. I think it's fine. Whatever. I mean, if they made more, it'd be great. If I was still in the service, I would want to make more. But the difference between military and regular corporate life, because I'm more on the corporate side now, right? Um, the military, they at least they give you pay raises every year. You know, it's like it depends on the rate of inflation. So they'll give you a guaranteed like 2%, 4%, whatever it is, every year. In the corporate world, that's it's not always guaranteed. Like sometimes they don't. You know what I mean? So like this past year or two, when inflation went up by like 8%, 10% or whatever, people weren't getting 8 to 10% raises. That wasn't happening. So they were taking money out of your pocket, right? Like not your job, not but technically kind of yeah, because the corporations raise their prices accordingly, right? According to inflation, but yet they're not paying their employees, right, the same rate of inflation, amount. So they're actually coming out ahead, right? I mean, obviously, inflation is not the best thing, and when inflation hits, there's less money, or money's worth less, basically. So people don't they end up not spending as much on certain things. Other things they might spend more on during an inflationary period. Whatever. I'm not here to talk about economics, but I'm just saying, at least in the military, you don't have to worry about inflation or any of that because they take care of that for you. They calculate all that and they raise your paycheck accordingly. Whereas in the corporate environment, they don't do that. So something, something to not even think about it, but just know. I guess I don't know. I don't know why I even brought that up. Old timer just got into his stories, his war stories, and just started running his mouth about nothing. It's pretty much what it is. All right, it looks like we're going to win. She's really putting a lot of distance between her and the other runners, as she should, as a front runner. I like this camera angle though; it's kind of cool. You even get the jittering, the shake, as if you're like running along with them. Kind of neat. And yeah, she won by a lot. So definitely a really good run. Our luck sort of ran out towards the end of the run because we weren't getting as many rainbow trainings and stuff that we were as far as in the beginning of the career. So I think this could have been an even better run had we had that happened. But yeah, you know, luck of the draw. What are you gonna do? Our luck ran out towards the end. I mean, still made a really strong horse though. I think we've got over 1100 in stamina. 1127. Yeah. Our wit's not bad actually. 381. I can live with that. Power's decent, I would say. Speed, you know, close to 900. Pretty much hit all our goals here, all our benchmarks. I think definitely got S's on front and long. So I would say it's a successful run. I will definitely get the ult. Get Swinging Maestro. I kind of like this green skill, Firm Conditions. We'll see what else we can get here. Escape Artist. Increase ability to go to the front mid-race? Why would you want to go to the front in the mid-race? Wouldn't you already be in the front? Hmm. Leader's Pride. Increase velocity after activating many skills mid-race. So I think we have enough points to just kind of get all the front running ones pretty much. I think. Increased velocity when passing another runner mid-race? Why would we be passing people mid-race though? We would be passing them in the very beginning, wouldn't we? As a front runner? I mean, it's a front runner specific skill, so whatever. I guess I'll get it. I've never seen that skill actually being used, so I don't actually know how it works. I guess we could. I think this is a good skill. Tail held high for a front runner, but you need like concentration or whatever. There's a bunch of skills I think that would do better with tail held high. I think concentration is the second level, the gold skill for the skill that lessens your late start thing. Maybe this is not the best use of points here because I have 94 that I can't use. Yeah, I really don't know how useful this would be. I mean, it is front runner specific, like I said, so I guess I'll keep it. Is there anything that I kind of don't care about? I think it would be tail held high. Uh, Leader's pride is avoid being passed. Early race. Does it really matter in the early race? Maybe I'll get a. What is this thing? Oh. Maybe I'll get some of these. I can at least get 2 of these. Mid race. Well, I can only get 1 actually. I don't have enough for the. I guess I could get this debuff skill. Why don't we just do that then? I don't know. And then let's see what we got here. Complete the career. I'm gonna guess solid A, maybe A plus. I don't think we got to an A plus. I think like a solid A. Yeah. Yeah. It's not even as good as we've done before. I think our gold ship is got more points than this one did. 2-star stamina. I mean, I guess that's not bad. Only 1 light skill though. Wow, that's pretty bad. 2-star stamina is not too bad though. It's decent. I guess I'll carrot that one. So yeah, that was Mayano Topgun. She kind of triggered a whole spiel about like Tom Cruise and Top Gun the movie and my military experience and all that. I don't know if that bored you. I apologize, but yeah, that's it for her. We do have new horses now to run, so I don't know that it matters that much which one I run at this point. I was sort of in the very beginning when I only had 5 horses. It sort of mattered more to me. Oh, we can place her in the team too now. So this is where, oh, they changed it. Musume McQueen used to be here. I guess Mayano Topgun's a better long range runner than Musume McQueen, is what I'm guessing. Because they moved Musume McQueen to medium. And then they moved King Halo over to sprinting, which I like better since she's higher rated. Maybe we won't get demoted anymore, because no matter what we did, we just weren't getting enough points to promote. I guess we could run a team race here just to see real quick. Yeah, sure, this guy. King Halo 1. Grass Wonder 1. This is Mayano Topgun. The one we just ran, she won. Oh, these were only C's though, so it's not saying a whole lot. Haru lost. We really need to rerun her, or find another dirt sprinter or a dirt runner. And gold chip one. So 214. I don't think that's enough still. Even if Haru had won, it'd be like 230, something like that. And the promotion is 286. Holy cow. So yeah, we need like a full team basically to even get to the next class. Right now we just don't have enough horses in these empty slots. We need to fill them up to advance. So I guess we'll just get demoted, whatever, that's fine. We do have new horses now. I guess I'll run them in order. This one's a 2-star. Air Groove. I don't know. I guess I could run Air Groove. Unless there's a preference here. Winning Ticket. I could run Winning Ticket. it doesn't really matter. So tomorrow I'll just pick one and run whichever one I feel like it. I feel like maybe running winning ticket for some reason. I, I, I feel like she's good, isn't she? Is she not good? I don't know. And then we'll save Air Grew for after winning ticket. So I don't really see a reason to run Mayano Topgun again. We got an A rating. I don't know that we could do that much better because that was a pretty good RNG run. Except at the end it kind of fell off. But for the most, like more than half the run, I would say was really strong. And then at the end, like it stopped rainbowing. It stopped giving us multiple rainbows. Um, I was probably yapping too much and not paying attention also, and so yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll be back. Today's Tuesday, so yeah, tomorrow, and be running one of the other horses we unlocked today from the Champions Cup that we ran, Gemini Cup. We won. I think we won first place in that. I don't know what. I don't know. Maybe I should check on my personal account and open that and see who the actual winner is. And if it's this account that won, if it says that's the first place thing, then yeah, that means I won the entire thing. That's crazy. I should have way more viewers if that's true. Because apparently I'm the best in the open league, right? That's what that means, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Tune in tomorrow for either Air Groove or what was the other one? Waiting Ticket. All right, well, thanks for watching.